So what does a circle in the Qi Men Dun Jia mean? A circle, a lot of people, they call it emptiness or they call it a void. And all this information related to a circle, you need to be a bit more careful because there are two different variations in terms of the answer itself. So depending on what category you're focusing on, for example, if you talk about divination, a circle inside that particular palace, if it's under the answer box, meaning that you cannot refer to that box as a good reference point. You need to go to the opposite box to see what is the real answer on that. We are just talking about the answer. We need to refer to the opposite box. However, if this emptiness is located in the subject, if located in the object or even the reference itself, then we cannot look at the opposite box. We will still look at the actual box itself to look at the energy. That means the energy itself is being discounted. When it's being discounted, means that, for example, if this energy, we have a deaf door, we have an open door, or we have something related to any of the symbols, that means we have to have a huge discount related to that particular energy of that box. We do not look at the opposite unless this is an answer box. Anything not in the answer itself, we do not look at the opposite box. There are a lot of books, there are a lot of teaching related to look at the opposite box, which after various trial and error, I find that it's actually quite useless because ultimately we are looking at the real source of the subject. Even if you look at the opposite box, basically the answer will be still about the same. So ultimately, we need to understand that looking at the emptiness, which is the void itself, we need to see that this is telling us the energy is low. That means this particular incident or answer itself is not really there. We need to know that this is the representation that is telling us for a divination case. In the event of a destiny reading, when we see an emptiness, which is also called a void, we are telling us that this particular person, the energy of this person's day stamp, it is not the real thing. You have to take a look at the opposite box of the destiny reading of the day palace, and then from there take reference of the other box, which is the real character. However, that also implies that in any event of a Tai Sui Year, when it's filled, the particular day stamp is filled, then this person's energy of the character will always be 100% when the year is on. Which means that sometimes certain years when the Tai Sui is being filled, the energy will be 100%. If it's not being filled, it will not be 100%. It will flip to the other side, which is a contradicting and totally opposite of the character. So such kind of people are very, I will use the word dangerous, or I would say not able to control their character. Because some years they can be very quiet, some years they can be very extrovert, some years they can be very good, some years they can be very nasty. So sometimes it's that if you do not understand that this person has an emptiness in their character, you'll find that this person is not going to be very solid, it's not going to be stable, it cannot be trusted, it's not reliable. But it's not true because of this emptiness in his character, he has no control in what he's feeling and how he's behaving. So this kind of character is, we have to be a bit more mindful. As long as we find that this person's character is going to have an emptiness, then we know that certain years he will behave this way, certain years he will behave the other way. Then from there, once we're able to kind of forecast how he's going to behave, and when he behaves in such a way, then we will know that this is his current character, which he will change in the next couple of years. So you must understand, sometimes a person, when they change a character in certain months, in certain years, and then after that it goes back to the original, and then goes back to the next nasty character, this is due to the emptiness. And because of the Tai Sui that is actually creating and filling up the emptiness, then from there, this will have a drastic effect on the characteristic of this person. So we must understand sometimes a person behaves strangely in a different years is due to this problem. Okay, so thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you around.